Welcome back to JSMOKEHOUSE in the History of Shrooms series, Psilocybin in Modern History, Part 1. Now I know I'm doing a bit of a jump from my last episode to this episode, from ancient history to modern history. However, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of information on post-Roman world. Now this is only speculation, but I'm guessing it was because of the Catholic Church. And one reason I say that is because of my next entry, which is the conquistadors with the Aztecs. And so in the beginning of the 16th century, the conquistadors sent back reports of seeing these traditional ceremonies by the Aztecs. In these ceremonies where they would take mushrooms and most likely peyote and some other substances. They also seem to describe these ceremonies as spiritual and divinatory in nature. And so it seems that they're trying to reach their gods with the aid of the mushrooms, because when the Aztecs would take these mushrooms, which were translated to flesh of the gods, they were partaking in the flesh of the gods to reach them in a divinatory or spiritual state. And so when these reports reached the Vatican or the Catholic Church, it was really foreign and they saw it as heresy. And so after the Aztec people were conquered around 1521, the use of mushrooms seems to have almost been snubbed out. Now, there were pockets that did remain, and I will go into that later when I get into the more modern history. It's just really sad to see mushrooms pushed aside because of ignorance. It's just really sad. The earliest actual scientific documentation that we have of shrooms or psilocybin is actually with a British family in 1799. And so this family decided to pick some mushrooms that they saw on the edge of a river. They picked them up, took them home, and cooked them. They just so happened to be shrooms. And so this family actually had a trip. So they had the normal pupil dilation, hysteria, and euphoria that comes with mushrooms. And so as you can see that their night planned for a home-cooked meal turned out to be something a whole lot different. So this event with this family actually led to the push of a taxonomic classification in 1803 of this mushroom. It was first classified as Agaricus Semilanceata, but then it was changed in 1871 to Psilocybe Semilanceata. Now here's something really interesting, and I will actually do another episode on this if people want, but really quickly, another name for this mushroom is the Liberty Cap. Now how did it get its name, the Liberty Cap? It actually comes from ancient Rome. Brutus, after assassinating Caesar, took on the image of the Liberty Cap. Now, the Liberty Cap was actually a symbol of a lowly slave, a slave that gained their freedom. Brutus used this symbol after assassinating Caesar to say that they had gained their liberty. And so that is how it became a popular image. And I just found that really interesting. Now moving back to Central America, where I said the usage of shrooms continued in secret. In 1938, Richard Evans Shultes, who is actually known as the father of Ethnobotany, and also Blas Pablo Reko, they traveled to Oaxaca, Mexico, and this is where they observed the usage of these shrooms in this ceremony. Now I don't believe that Shultes actually used or indulged in the usage of shrooms, he just observed, and then 1 year later Shultes publishes a leaflet describing his experiences watching this ceremony. And he does so for the Harvard University Botanical Museum. Now that's going to do it for this episode. However, next week I'm actually going to start with the first scientists who document using shrooms. And so I really hope that you come back next Tuesday to see that episode. And now really quick, a shout out to my sponsors, CannabisEducationPosters.com. They're the ones that supplied these posters, and I really love them. And if you're interested, there's a link to their website in my description, and also a promo code under that will get you a 15% discount, and also you'll be supporting my channel at the same time. If you enjoyed this video, you learned anything, please leave a like and a comment and let me know what you think. And also, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you can stay up to date with videos coming out in the future. And now, as always, Jay is going to go smoke a J.